paradoxes of motion. In context, key figure Zeno of Elea, circa 495 to 430 BC. Logic. Logic is the field. Before early 5th century BC, the Greek philosopher Parmenides founds the Eleatic school of philosophy in Elea, a Greek colony in southern Italy. After 350 BC, Aristotle produces his treatise Physics, in which he draws on the concept of relative motion to refute Zeno's paradoxes. 1914, British philosopher Bertrand Russell describes Zeno's paradoxes as immeasurably subtle, states that motion is a function of position with respect to time. Zeno of Elea belonged to the Eleatic school of philosophy that flourished in ancient Greece in the 5th century BC, in contrast to the pluralists who believe that the universe could be divided into its constituent atoms. Eleatic believes in the indivisibility of all things. Zeno wrote 40 paradoxes to show the absurdity of the pluralist view. 4 of these, the dichotomy paradox, Achilles and the tortoise, the arrow paradox, and the Stenian paradox, address motion. The dichotomy paradox shows the absurdity of the pluralist view that motion can be divided. A body moving a certain distance, would have to reach the halfway point before it arrived at the end, and in order to reach the halfway mark, it would first have to reach the quarter-way mark, and so on ad infinitum. Because the body has to pass through an infinite number of points, it would never reach its goal. In the paradox of Achilles and the tortoise, Achilles, who was 100 times faster than the tortoise, gives the creature a head start of 100 meters in a race. At the sound of a starting signal, Achilles runs 100 meters to reach the tortoise's starting point, while the tortoise runs 1 meter, giving it a 1 meter lead. Undeterred, Achilles runs another meter. However, in the same time, the tortoise runs 1/100th of a meter, so it is still in the lead. This continues, and Achilles never catches up. The Stenian paradox concerns 3 columns of people, each containing an equal number of people. One group is at rest, while the other 2 run past each other at the same speed in opposite directions. According to the paradox, a person in one moving group can pass 2 people in the other moving group in a fixed time, but only 1 person in the stationary group. The paradoxical conclusion is that half a given time is equivalent to double that time. Over the centuries, many mathematicians have refuted the paradoxes. The development of calculus allowed mathematicians to deal with infinitesimal quantities without resulting in contradiction. Above this here is the picture of the paradox of Achilles, and the tortoise maintains that a fast object, such as Achilles, will never catch up with a slow one, such as the tortoise. Achilles will get closer to the tortoise, but never actually overtake it. Zeno of Elea. He was born in around 495 BC in the Greek city of Elea, now Velia, in southern Italy. At a young age, he was adopted by the philosopher Parmenides and was said to have been beloved by him. Zeno was inducted into the school of Eleatic thought founded by Parmenides. At the age of around 40, Zeno traveled to Athens, where he met Socrates. Zeno introduced the Socratic philosophers to Eleatic ideas. Zeno was renowned for his paradoxes, which contributed to the development of mathematical rigor. Aristotle later described him as the inventor of the dialectal method, a method starting from 2 opposing viewpoints of logical argument. Zeno collected his arguments in a book, but this did not survive. The paradoxes are known from Aristotle's treatise Physics, which lists 9 of them. Although little is known of Zeno's life, the ancient Greek philosopher Diogenes claims he was beaten to death for trying to overthrow the tyrant Nearchus. In a clash with Nearchus, Zeno is reported to have bitten off the man's ear.